In this video, we're going to cover how to pull in Azure resource metadata into your Splunk environment. As a prerequisite, I've already installed the Splunk add-on for Microsoft Cloud Services. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go into our Splunk environment. We're going to click on the Splunk add-on for Microsoft Cloud Services. We'll go to the Configuration tab, and then we're going to create an Azure app account. So let's go ahead and click Add. It's going to want a few things here. First one's a name. We can name it whatever we want. So I'm just going to call mine Splunk Demo. But then it's also going to want a client ID, client secret, and a tenant ID. For this, we're going to have to create an Azure app registration. So let's jump over to Azure for that. We'll go into Azure, we'll go to app registration, and then we're going to click on new registration. I'm just going to name this Splunk Demo as well. And then I'm only pulling from a single tenant, so I'm going to select this one here, and then click register. All right, now we have to create a client secret for it. So we're going to go under manage and then click on client secrets and then click new client secret, making sure we have this client secret selected. I'm just going to say demo for the description, and I'm just going to use the recommended 180 days, but you can change that based on whatever your requirements are. I'm going to click add, and there we go. We have a client secret. So it's important to make sure that you keep this information. This is the only time it's going to be available to you. We need this value field here. So I'm going to copy that, go back over to configuration, and I'm going to put it in here for that client secret. So we also need that client ID and tenant ID. Jump back over to Azure. And if we go to the overview for our app registration, you'll see we have that information right here. So application client ID. We're going to copy that, paste it in, go back over to Azure, copy the tenant ID right here, and then paste that in. We have two different choices for the account class type. There's public and then there's government. We're over on the public side, so we're going to keep that and then click add. All right, that added our Azure app account to Splunk, but we still have to give that app registration permissions to actually pull information about our resources. To do that, we're going to go back over into Azure, and then we're going to go to the subscription. Open up our subscription, and then go to Access Control IAM. Click on Add Role Assignment, and then we're going to want to give it the reader access. So we click here. This gives it permissions to view all the resources. Click Next, and then select the member. We want to add that Splunk Demo app registration that we created. Here it is. Click on it, and then we'll hit Select. Then we're going to hit Review and Assign, and then click Review and Assign once more. And then it's going to add the actual role assignment. Perfect. It's been added. So now we should actually be able to go over into Splunk and create the input. Jump into Splunk now, click on Inputs, and then we can set up an input. So we're going to go over here, hit Create New Input, and then we want to pull Azure Resources. Again, we can name this whatever we want. I'm just going to stick with Splunk Demo, and then Azure App Account. That's what we created in that first step there. And then the resource type, we have a few different choices here. I just have a small demo environment and there's not much in it. So I created some resource groups. I'm going to pull that information. To pull it, we need to actually add our subscription ID. So I'm going to jump back over to Azure, and then under your subscriptions, you can grab your subscription ID. So let me copy this, go back into Splunk. And then you can give it a resource group list. I only have a couple in there, so I'm going to just leave it blank, and then it's going to pull all of my resource groups. But if you only want to grab information about a specific resource or multiple, you could list those out here. Interval, I want it to pull just with the defaults. You can change this to however often you want it to pull this information in though. And then for the index, I'm just going to send it to the default. We'll click Add. And then hopefully within a few minutes, we'll have some logs. So let's go over and see if we have anything. We're going to click on search, and then I use the default index, which is main. So we'll search that. And there we go. We have a couple events around those resource groups.